Everyone is so rushed today. I'm moving at the speed of light. There's so much that needs to be done. We're handling all of these balls in the air. How can the power of letting go help us deal with all this stress?
We do have so much input coming from so many different directions today that it creates a lot of anxiety in people. We're in a resourceful, productive state about 10% of the time. The rest of the time, we're caught up in anxiety. So what would happen if you could just let go of enough to just increase it by 10% more? You'd double your output. What if you could let go of 50% of the anxiety? Look what we could do with our lives.
I work with a lot of clients who are holding on to so much resistance. In fact, they're still angry with people who are not even in their lives anymore.
One lady in one of my workshops once, we were talking about success and being financially successful, and she said, well, I can't be successful because of my father, and he abused me verbally and told me I'd never amount to anything. And I said, so that's the reason? She said, absolutely. And I said, well, where's your father now? And she said, well, he died 10 years ago. And I said, well, my question is, who's abusing you now? You see, we hang on to stuff. If we need to forgive somebody, what we're really forgiving, if you listen to the word forgiving, it's about what you're hanging on to that you need to let go of for you, not for them. You may not forget, but forgive. In this program right here, clearing negative emotions or releasing the painful past, either one of those will walk you through and find things that you won't even believe you're hanging on to that's out of your past. Little things that'll pop up, and it'll show you exactly how to let go of it.
When you let go, and when you finally, truly let go and forgive yourself and others, that's when your greatness just comes through and you begin to just soar. All of a sudden, you begin to let people love you in a different way because you begin to love yourself in a different way. When I forgave everyone, including myself, through Jim's lesson, I was able to receive much more.
This sounds really good, Jim. But will the power of letting go really work for any issue?
Absolutely. Every action that we take either moves us closer to what we want in our lives or further away from it. And an action could be a feeling, a thought, an emotion, a belief system that we have. Once we understand that and we understand what it is we're hanging on to that's moving us away from what we want in our lives, then absolutely the power of letting go will help to diffuse that and help in any area of your life.
So how does the power of letting go work with the law of attraction?
The law of attraction can be very frustrating simply because it works. If you've got some program, that's stopping you, some emotional conflict, it's immediately throwing you off course, and what you're going to attract is the signal you're putting out. So if you're frustrated because you can't have this and this is what you want, you're attracting the things to support your frustration.
You're right. People may think they're attracting what they want, but if they're holding on to those old limiting beliefs or that old resistance, they're actually attracting what they don't want.
You think you're still over here doing, going in the direction you want to go, when in reality, you're feeling another way and you're attracting what you really don't want in your life. Your belief systems are like a brick wall. And the feelings and emotions that surface when you don't get what you want, that's the mortar that holds the wall together. So if you understand how to let go of the feelings and emotions, the brick wall will crumble and you'll attract what you want.
That's pretty good picture. Why is the power of letting go so effective?
When you look at, let's say, a doctor that prescribes a drug, potentially that drug could become addictive. So you kind of get caught in that addictive cycle of that drug. Well, an emotion can become addictive as well, like our addictive cycle that we talked about. So what the power of letting go does is get to the root of the matter, gets to the cause, so that you don't get caught in that addictive cycle.
They come to us for medications, but what they need to do is to let go of those patterns in their lives that are making them ill, and then let us do in the medical profession what we're trained to do, deal with the traumas and infections and not have to deal with the symptoms of a person's not living their life wisely.
It's really no harder than that to let go. And the more conscious you become of what you're hanging on to, and the more you do it, the more profound the effect becomes in your life. And that's why I spend over 20 hours on these CDs going through different examples of how we hang on to things and how to walk you through the process of letting go.
Finally, we just couldn't do it. We couldn't take it anymore, and we divorced. Thanks to the principles found in The Power of Letting Go, she and I, we were able to literally let go of those expectations And we reconnected as friends and as parents to our son. It's so great to be able to be a part of his life and to watch him grow up and to be a part of that as son. It's really wonderful. And the energy I've gained since we were able to drop these expectations, I've invested a good part of that in my business. Today, I have opportunities available to me that I just couldn't have imagined beforehand. And it's almost unbelievable that all of this has happened simply because we just dropped the expectations. We let go and moved on.
What sort of challenges will people face in letting go?
I think the greatest challenge is deciding to make a change. And that's really all that's required. And then you learn the process, through my program here and through the experiential program, you actually learn what it's like to let go. I mean, I walk you through the process, just like being there with you, walking you through and helping you discover what it is you're hanging on to and going to the next step and helping you let it go right there on the spot. But it starts with that decision. You got to decide first to make a change in your life.
How long does it take for people to actually experience the results?
You experience results the very first time you use it. And I tell people, I don't want you to believe me. I don't want you to believe that this works. What I want you to do is try it, because once you try it one time, you'll experience it. And then the more you try it, the more it becomes second nature. See, we've learned to become unhappy. And what we're doing now is letting go of our unhappiness so that happiness can surface again.
Are you really happy with who you are? Or do you sometimes wish you were someone or something different? That's definitely not resourceful thinking. The power of letting go helps you focus on being the best at who and what you are, instead of focusing on what you don't have.
Jim is an angel, and his program is a blessing.
My life is a better life because of Jim Britt.
After I've heard Jim, I want to share his message to my family, my friends, my relatives, anybody I can think of.
But until you learn to like and love yourself and forgive yourself, nothing's going to change. And Jim, in such a gentle, loving way, is able to get that message across to people.
Until we learn how to love ourselves and respect ourselves, then you can't love or respect somebody else.
Jim Britt is a catalyst in helping you realize that we all have those pasts. Fine. It's great. Let them go and move on.
The power of letting go gives you the tools to break free of the past and experience the love, happiness, and success you want and deserve. Whether you want to be a better parent or lover, start a new relationship or career, earn more money, or simply live a more fulfilling life, the power of letting go can help you break free of the past. Let go of anger and resolve conflict, overcome fear and anxiety about the future, money, and success, reduce tension and stress, and get the love and happiness you deserve. Make the call now.